Hey loves, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today's video, as promised, we are continuing on with part 8 of the Extreme Spring Clean With Me series I've been doing on my channel, where we are going throughout my entire house, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my entire home before the end of spring. And I'm just showing you a quick overview of some of the disasters I still have left in my house. And so if you have messes in your home too, you are not alone. Life gets busy, life gets messy, and I feel like we all just need that extra time to get caught back up and to do some extra cleaning, to declutter, and just reevaluate the things that we have in our home. Right now, I am showing you the current state of my boys' game room. Yes, it is dirty, dusty, filthy, but the true disaster is actually in the closet where I keep some seasonal decor and organized wires and gaming accessories, though right now honestly it's kind of more of a junkyard. And then our spare bedroom where our dogs sleep, we also use this space as a gym, but lately we've been treating it as more of a dumping ground for the things that we just do not know what to do with. But I do know that a lot of this stuff can either be donated or tossed. And when I have really big messes like this, the first thing I like to do is, step one is to grab 2 different color trash bags. This way I can easily sort and keep organized what can be donated and what needs to be tossed. So I like to use the pink kitchen bags for trash, and then the larger black bags are for donations, since I usually have more donations than trash. But now that I have the trash bags ready, step 2 can usually be the hardest because it's really just about getting the ball rolling. So I like to start with whatever is easiest for me. So I saw that there were a lot of dishes and forks and single socks laying around. You saw me checking underneath the cushions. So just checking everywhere for any plates or clothing that need to be put away. And then just going around and throwing away any trash that I see on the ground. And so I have to say, if you are struggling to find the motivation to get started today, just try starting with whatever task is easiest for you. Or if none of them really feel easy, try starting with the task you are most excited to complete. So for me with this decluttering series, I started in my garage. Definitely not the easiest space I could have started with, but I was just so motivated to make that space more functional. Once we got everything cleaned and organized in there though, it just felt like this massive weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I just put it off for way too long. But now that my home is more organized and clean than it honestly ever has been, yes, I know that I definitely still have some messes in my home, but it's little steps like this that just makes me feel a million times better. Just as a wife and as a mom, it makes me feel so good to know that my family is organized and things are clean and I actually know where things are. This series and just organizing and cleaning and decluttering is absolutely life-changing. And so I truly hope this series motivates you to clean and declutter your home along with me, because I know what it's like to have too much stuff, or to have so much clutter and so many messes around your home that you don't even know where to start. You are not alone. We can tackle this together. Also, let me know down in the comments what messes you are cleaning around your home so that myself and this amazing community can cheer you on. And so now that we have the room tidied up, before we start deep cleaning in here, I want to start taking some of the larger objects out of the room that are just taking up space, as well as some of the furniture that I know that we want to toss. Like for instance, this desk, as well as this keyboard, which I'm pretty sure is from the 80s and it is so disgusting. I feel like this is the room where all of the old furniture goes. So everything is just kind of old and mismatched. So I kind of wanted to fix that while deep cleaning and decluttering today, because I want to make everything, actually look really nice. So I'm going to swap this desk out with the desk that I have in the dog's room that I'm actually using as my office space. And when I say office space, it honestly was wishful thinking of me to even have it set up, because I don't even use it. So I figured that Tyler would get a lot more use out of it than I am, because right now it just has a bunch of clutter on it. So yeah, I just feel like the desk is taking up unneeded space in an area that's already kind of busy with it being a workout area. But I just kind of showed you that we have the room cleared out. It's looking a lot cleaner, but then also the dog's room and then the main loft area just looks totally destroyed. I feel like that's how it always is when you declutter and do big cleaning projects like this. But now I am just dusting everything. Everything in this room is super dirty and dusty, especially like this TV and the TV stand. I do not clean in here probably as often as I should. I feel like I need to make up like a weekly cleaning routine, and I also need to make up a weekly decluttering routine as well, just to keep up with everything, because cleaning is kind of just like decluttering. It's not something that you do once and then it just stays that way. Like, you have to kind of keep up with it. And so if you want to see like a cleaning routine and a decluttering routine, let me know down in the comments, because I definitely need to do something about this soon, because this TV stand was just so dusty. And so for me, like, I'm very routine. So unless it's like the kitchen or the bedrooms or the bathrooms or the family rooms, I'm really good at cleaning at and remembering to clean, just because I see it all the time. But obviously I don't really go into the game room that much. So it's just an area that's out of sight and out of mind for me. So if it's not like in a routine, like in my brain, then it just doesn't get done. So let me know again down in the comments if you want me to make up like a routine. I can put it down as like a pre-printable, or maybe like a checklist, like something that you can print out and check off. So I know that's definitely something that I need that'd be really useful for me, but let me know down in the comments if that would be useful for you, and I will definitely make something like that up. So does anybody notice the old Nintendos? I grew up playing the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64. That was back when Pokemon was still on the Game Boy, by the way. But I have so many fun memories of playing Mario Kart with my dad and my mom and my brother. And it's just so special to be able to recreate those fun memories with our family. We just love playing those older games in here and creating our own special memories. And even though I kind of sometimes forget to clean this room, each space in your home serves a purpose and is important. And it's just really important to check in every once in a while, especially if you've been living in your home for a long time, like we've been living in our home for 10 plus years. Just check in every once in a while with each space and ask yourself, is this space in my home serving its purpose? Is it reflective of how I want to live my life today? For this room right now, the answer is no, just because it was absolutely trashed and we had so much old furniture that wasn't being used and just taking up a whole bunch of space. And so when I envision how we could use this space to the fullest, I would definitely 100% envision a lot less clutter, just less stuff in general, just so that we can spread out and play games and build a fort, you know, like whatever we want to do, and just be able to have the room to have fun and not be, you know, tripping over stuff all the time. So one thing that I got rid of in here was like a little footrest, which I've loved it a little bit for too long, probably 10 plus years. So it was really, really old, but I loved it because it had like a little storage compartment in front of it. But like I said, it was just so gross and it was just time to go. Another thing that we got rid of, which I showed it in the beginning, was a refrigerator that we had in here. I don't even know why we had it in here because it wasn't even plugged in. It smelled obnoxiously gross. And like I said, it wasn't even plugged in. So it was just time to get rid of. It was just taking up space. And then again, the desk that was in here was taking up a lot of space too. So I'm going to swap that out with the corner desk that I have in the dog room that I'm not even using. And then hopefully that will save up a lot of space. I really like corner desk options, or really anything that's cornered optioned, like cornered shelves, because I feel like it really does help save up a lot of space. And while it would be a bit more ideal, especially in a smaller space, just like this room, to not have a desk area, Tyler has an HVAC business, so he does mostly work out of the house, but he still needs like an office area or like a small computer space just to run his business from. And so having a corner desk option, which you will see that towards the end, it was just a really great way to save space and make everything look a bit more put together and tidy. But the next thing I like to do, which is on my spring cleaning checklist, is to wash the curtains. This one was just visibly dusty. I think especially because it was black, but also because it had not been washed in a while. I love washing curtains. It's one of my favorite spring cleaning chores because I love using a fabric softener and then hang drying them, and it just makes the entire room smell amazing and fresh and clean. clean. There was also a very visible layer of dust on the blinds, so just using the bristle brush attachment on my vacuum to suck up all of the dust, and then I'll follow it up with my lavender scented Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth to wipe it clean.
Trust the right, don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you.
And so now peeking out over at my vegetable garden, which some of you have been asking about, and I will definitely be sure to do an update on it really soon, but they have been growing like crazy and already seeing a little baby green pepper. But anyways, now I am deep cleaning the windowsill, and even if you've been following along on this series, you've seen me use my steam shot to deep clean the windowsill. This one actually wasn't that gross, at least not as gross as the other ones. So I just used the vacuum attachment on my vacuum to suck up any dirt, and then I used my multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth to wipe it clean.
You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like.
Moving on to deep cleaning the couch that we have in here, and you could just see it was covered in dust, just like the rest of the room. It was covered in dog hair from the dogs jumping up. There were crumbs from food being in here, and in most cases, whatever is underneath the cushions is usually worse, including an old smelly sock that's been there for Lord only knows how long. So first, I'm just picking up any solid objects that had fallen in between the couch cushions, and then attaching the rubber grip brush attachment that's on the vacuum to suck up all the crumbs and all the dust bunnies and dog hair from inside the couch on the cushions and the throw pillows too. And while I'm doing this, I'm curious, let me know down in the comments, because I know couches are known for the treasures that they hide inside them. What is the weirdest thing that you found while cleaning out your couch? Let us know down below.
I've been hungry for affection, baby. Best believe that you got my attention, baby. Now I see you there in my...
And so surprisingly, while vacuuming the couch, I didn't see any spots that need to be pre-treated, but I still wanted to give it a good steam clean so it's disinfected and to prevent any dust mites. I like to do this every 6 months, so like during my spring clean and my fall cleans too. And I'll steam all of our mattresses and our pillows and couches and like any of Jaden's stuffed animals that are in his room. It is so satisfying, especially when you can see like the fresh steam lines. Also, I try to use all natural cleaning products when cleaning my home as much as I can. And so this is just a really great option for me, but I will leave this Bissell steam shot in the description box for you just in case you are interested. But now I am deep cleaning this door to the room. There were just lots of like black fingerprints, not just on the door, but on the wall too. And so first I was using my Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner, which yes, it was working, but I had to do a lot of scrubbing. So I just grabbed my magic eraser and that worked a lot better. I just love magic eraser. It really helps me out in a pinch for sure. But first I'm using the magic eraser to spot clean any of those hard spots that are on the door and also on the wall too. There was like a massive handprint on the wall. And then I'll just follow it up with my Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner. By the way, this lavender scented multi-surface cleaner smells amazing. It is is just so fresh and almost like spa-like. It was just very, very relaxing scent. And I just thought it was perfect for the game room too, just to make it nice, calming, and relaxing and really fresh smelling. But now the room is nice and clean. The closet though is still a complete disaster. So now that we have the room clean, I still did want to vacuum and like steam clean the room, but since I'm pulling everything out of the closet, I didn't want to like vacuum the carpets and them get messed up again. So I'll do that a little bit later on tonight, but now I'm just going to pull every single item out of the closet. And the reason I like to pull every single item out is because one, the clutter in here was literally waist high and there was just no other way. And two, because when I'm decluttering and organizing, it's really nice to be able to see that blank slate and to just start to envision how you want that space to look when you're done. It's kind of like a boost of motivation, almost like you can see that fresh start for yourself. Yes, it can be a little bit overwhelming and time consuming for sure, but it is the most effective way I have found to declutter and reorganize the spaces in my home.
She pulls the trigger and I'm just blown away downright. My mind's indifferent to know what's wrong or right. Her bite is bittersweet 'cause I'm stuck.
And now we have everything put out of the closet. It's completely empty. I also put some toys in Jaden's room for him to go through. And then the upstairs loft area is a complete disaster, which is where I put everything. I actually didn't have any room to like go through anything or declutter. So I started with just pulling all of like the bigger like furniture objects that I knew that we wanted to get rid of or donate. So starting with like the little footrest and an old dog crate. I definitely knew I wanted to get rid of this desk, so I'm just clearing that off to have Tyler take downstairs as well. And also this refrigerator that smelled absolutely awful that wasn't even plugged in. But now that we have a bit more space to move around, a bit more working space, the next step, so I guess step 2, and I like to break these things up into steps because sometimes projects like this can be really overwhelming. And so I find like if you break it down into steps, it just makes it a lot more manageable. So step 1 is to pull every single item out of that space. Step 2 is to organize all of those items into like piles. So I organized them into like one pile as decorations. I already organized Jaden's toys into his room. I have a pile for office supplies. Another pile is for kitchenware. And then I just like to start with the pile that would be easiest for me to declutter first. So this pile is more like miscellaneous as well as just some more toys to toss in Jaden's room for him to go through. So going through this pile first and breaking it down into more manageable piles just makes it a lot easier and less overwhelming to go through, as opposed to like if you went through everything at once. And just taking all of that clutter and breaking it down into smaller piles, I feel like not only makes it more manageable, but it also makes me see everything a lot easier. And I feel like it helps me more effectively declutter and get through all the piles a lot more quickly too. And so now just going through my seasonal kitchenware that somehow ended up in there, I wanted to also declutter some of our hundreds of cookie cutters, either because we don't use them or because we just can't tell what they are, because honestly, some cookie cutters can be questionable. And then organizing the kitchenware back in the kitchen. And then finally moving on to what is by far my biggest pile to go through always, which is my decor. So first, grabbing the larger decor items I knew I wanted to donate and tossing those. The decor that I store in this closet is like my spring decor, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, and my year-round decor. So basically like the decor for seasons that I don't really have a lot of decor for. Right now, I'm just organizing my seasonal decor in their proper bins. And then I'm taking my summer decor bin back down to the garage, which if you watched part 1, by the way, of this series, Tyler and I are getting ready to finish the storage shelves and bins in the garage so we can put all of my seasonal decor, even even the Christmas decor that we put in the attic, which was like a ton of bins, they're all going to be along that one wall in the garage. It's going to be amazing, and I am so excited for it. It's going to free up so much space. It won't be part of this series, but we're definitely getting it done this summer. So I will definitely keep you posted on when that is happening, but it will definitely be soon. And this is kind of random, but that's just how my brain works. And I know I talked about this in the last video about how this bookshelf has been completely empty since Christmas and that I was going to decorate it for summer. But I figured since I had my everyday decor out anyways, that I would go ahead and just decorate this bookshelf. So there you go. And finally tossing these oversized pillows and just getting pillow covers instead because throw pillows take up way too much space. And by this point, it was getting a little bit later. Obviously not getting to the other bedroom today, so we'll just have to save that for the next one. But so happy we were at least able to tackle the game room and the closet. No, I didn't get everything I wanted to done, but it feels a million times better to have this room clean, organized, and functional again. I've actually been wanting to do a big room makeover in here, like get some new furniture and maybe make it a bit more like gamer themed, and definitely put down some hard floors in here too because there are so many stains on the carpet from dogs and kids. But anyway, I've been wanting to redo this room for a while now, but it's just really hard to have a vision for a space when it's a disorganized disaster. But now that we have everything cleared out, there's just less chaos, less furniture, and everything is nice and clean. I'm just starting to get like some new ideas for this room, which I always love a good room makeover. But anyway, now I'm just steam cleaning the floor and the closet after I vacuumed everything. Again, don't mind the billion stains on our carpet. It's over 10 years old and definitely time to go. But even though there are stains on the carpet that I will never get out, and it's a pain to carry the steam cleaner up and down the stairs, it really is just so satisfying to steam clean the carpets, not just because of the vacuum lines, because we all know that I love those, but it just instantly freshens everything up. And then now that the carpets are clean, I'm just getting all of the bins organized back into the closet. I actually decided to organize it differently this time just by putting the larger bins on the top racks and then the smaller ones on the shelves, just so that everything will fit better. I also went ahead and made and printed out these labels for my bins, which I will have these free to print out in the description box. I just love using labels to organize my bins, and I just love the way that it looks too. I just think it looks so tidy and so organized. But I will have all of the labels that I have made, because I made labels for all around my home throughout all of my decluttering series. So I will have all of those listed in the description box for you down below. And finally, the last thing I wanted to do was to set up this corner desk area. And I have been working on this all day, but it feels amazing to have this room clean and tidied again. And for the closet to be decluttered and organized too. And just to have this room be more of a space for making memories and for family game nights instead of a junkyard. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video and got tons of motivation from it. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure that your notifications are turned on so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.